My thought is there potentially has been a lot of exposure over the years that just wasn't taken advantage of. Second thought is just the insaneness that I hunt a little bit, but 130 yards is not far. To think that there is a vantage point that has a clear shot at a speaker, former president, whatever it is, that's 130 yards away is absolutely mind-blowing. I've heard stats of like 1,000 yards is what they sweep for and what they're supposed to have every vantage point covered. And I know this was supposed to be covered apparently, but 130 yards away, that is so close. Hello and welcome to the FasterFreedom Show. My name is Sam.
And I'm Lucas.
And Lucas, we have a special episode today. This is not like our normal episode. I think people like it, but some people might not like it.
So we're not talking about the Burrs strategy?
We're not talking about the Burrs, by the way. I changed it. It's not the Burrs anymore.
Damn it, I just got used to the Burrs.
Well, it's still an S. It's just different. It's buy, rehab, rent, refinance, and systemize. I think it's much better. It's just weird to have the acronym, and systems are what we give them anyway. So systemize.
Nice, cool. Right. So we're not talking real estate today.
We're not talking real estate. We are going to talk about something that's going to be talked about in history books for a long time, the old attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump.
Yeah, and just saying that is so fucking crazy.
All right, so let's talk about the first conspiracy or thought process, Lucas, and that is, was it staged? Want to go through some points and then some counterpoints of it?
Yeah, so was it staged? All right, so pros of being staged, if you want to call it that. Trump is known for being a showman.
He is known for that, yep.
And we said we're not going to talk about real estate, but Trump's a real estate guy, right? So we can talk about that. Some people believe this. Couple with the slight lead in the polls has caused Trump to take action to swing the public opinion. So this is saying that
Trump was in on this.
Okay. First of all, do we think this helps Trump?
Yes, 100%. In my opinion, that's the most validity to this statement. Is I think his side thought he's a slight chance he's going to win, considering just a lot of different factors. Yeah. But knowing that if this happens and like the picture and everything, it's like I think it's a slam dunk.
Me too.
So, and I think most people think that. Obviously, things can happen, but I think it went from a 55% chance to like a 75% chance he's going to win. And I'm not even going to say whether that's what I agree with or that's what I would vote for, but that's what I think's the chances. So that is the pro, or like this is like a perfect opportunity to have this crazy thing happen that's going to guarantee you win the presidency. So I think that's the pro of that.
Yeah, I think what I saw from, it definitely changed my opinion of Trump a little bit. It's crazy. No, because I know I'm not okay, go ahead, sorry. Yeah, just number one, I felt bad for him. So it made me look at him as like a real person for the first time, and like him showing vulnerability like there, and also after the fact, all his emotion and stuff, it made me relate to him a little better, which I never could have in the past. And also just his resiliency and I don't know, just his fight behind him of getting hit in the head with a bullet and standing up and being able to raise his fist was a pretty cool moment.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say I'm like pro Trump. Yeah. I don't think you're definitely less of a Trump guy than me, and I wouldn't call myself a Trump guy. I would say I'm pretty in the middle with him. I would say you leaned more towards not liking him.
Yeah.
But even you, I mean, you texted me, you're like, that was pretty badass. Yeah. I mean, legitimately, I think they yelled "shoot her down," but who knows if there's other shooters, what's going on? And he is pushing through the Secret Service and telling the people to fight with blood on his face.
Yeah. That's one of the most iconic pictures that we're going to see in a long
in our lifetime. Yeah. It was badass. Yeah, it really was. And I don't think anybody that hates Trump, whether if they're delusional and think it was set up or whatever, but even people that dislike him can't say that wasn't a badass thing to do. I think personally, I would be cowering down and making them all over top of me walking to the to get out of there.
Yeah. So it being staged, right? It would help with the way he responded. Obviously, we're going to see a big swing in the polls if we haven't already. So it obviously helped him there. But somebody died.
Yeah. That's another reason why it would not be I guess people, if really wanted to, you're saying on his side, would it be staged? Yeah, he doesn't want somebody to die at his rally. Yeah.
Right. And if you're shooting, like there was an entire bleacher set of people behind him. So how could somebody not die?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, or get really, really hurt. Because 2 others, I think,
got hurt pretty good.
Were injured as well. So, that to me makes it seem like it wasn't staged, because there was a high chance of a casualty outside of Trump in this.
So the next conspiracy, which we kind of already talked about, it is the Secret Service wanted it to happen. So it's saying that both sides of the aisle are asking how this could have happened, like Democrats and Republicans. Democrats are saying, how could this have happened? We didn't want this to happen. Republicans are saying, obviously we didn't. So the fact that it was so incompetent, people are like, well, somebody wanted it to happen. Who was it?
Yeah.
And that the person to blame, or that the blame here is the Secret Service, because there's a lot of evidence and a lot of people that are claiming that the CIA took out Kennedy or whatever. Like the services can do this if they want. So John F. But anyway, so that a Secret Service or some type of company, organization would want that to happen.
Yeah, and I think a lot of criticism, rightfully so, has been placed on the director of the Secret Service, Kimberly Cheadle is how you pronounce that, I guess. She's a Biden appointee, which is probably not uncommon, I would assume, for a president to appoint someone to the Secret Service. Probably happens every term, but also served on Biden's detail as the vice president when he was under Obama. So she had an interview that I saw, and I don't know, I think she took like some responsibility, but really not as much as you fucking should take in this situation.
It's your job. I don't care if there's other departments involved. It is your job to protect the person on the stage. Like, it all boils down to you. You're the quarterback of that whole situation.
Yeah, and this goes back to lack of execution, the conspiracy before this. But when you look at the videos and stuff, there were some people that knew exactly what to do, and there's some that had no idea what to do. And I get this is as high stress situation that you can be put in, but this is your job and this is what you were trained for. Like from a military standpoint, if you have a team of whoever, right? And something like this happens, they know exactly where to be, exactly what to do. And that training was not up to par here.
Correct.
Period. Whether for the individuals or as a team and roles and responsibilities, whatever it is, they dropped the ball.
Yeah, there's pictures and there's videos and I don't know the woman's name, and we're not saying men or women. It would just happen to be a woman in this case, of people tackling on top of Trump and somebody cowering away and not doing her job. So yeah, it was there was when the actual, regardless of the setup and what should have happened, when it happened, there was even more incompetence afterwards of what should have been done or not.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, so it's there's just a whole lot to go through in here, and this is something that I just found out about before with the prep that Shane did. And Shane, did you have a point earlier you wanted to throw in?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that the people in these positions, it's like your head. Like, that's why you're there, is to take responsibility for things like this. The president can't be in charge of everything, and so I think the minimum that we'll see is a strongly worded letter from Republicans saying, like, hey, you really need to get rid of this lady. They'll probably see something from Biden, maybe not, but I can guarantee you she'll be gone come January.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, so a police officer climbed up on the roof to confront this shooter before the shot was actually fired. What they say is the shooter kind of pivoted and pointed the gun at the police officer. He got startled and fell off, which,
Yeah, you're not just going to sit there and take a bullet. You're seeing what's going on. Yeah, I don't think that specific act was wrong.
Yeah, and I don't, no, me neither, but I don't, it says Crooks fired seconds after the police confrontation. I don't know, that feels like very hard to do, to be like just swinging this big rifle around, pointing here, then going back up, and then the sniper's not being able to see all that movement as well. So I don't know if seconds seems fast to me. So I don't know what was done in order to, from the time he fell off to when he actually shot.
But probably pretty quick.
Yeah.
That's why the explosives, I think that's the theory, is the explosives weren't used because he was more rushing. He thought it was going to be. But regardless, judge the bullet trajectory, everything, he had it right in the middle of his damn skull. So just Trump turned his freaking head.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, we literally would have seen his head blown off on TV, and it would be all over. That's so insane.
That's insane. Very glad it did not happen. We are very lucky. We know someone died, and it's a super sad situation. Ex-firefighter and everything, local to that area. Father, husband, all that stuff. It's awful, but glad someone else didn't die as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Crazy, man.
Yeah. Anyways, it's quite wild. And the last thing is, and I just thought of this, a lot of people are poking at the size of the bandage on his ear. And like a lot of people I've been in the ER and all this stuff. And I guess nobody knows the extent of the damage on his ear, but like, I guess that's okay thing. But like, who knows? Like I saw some like tweets and people saying like, I'm an ER nurse, I've never seen a bandage that big. Well, have you ever seen somebody with their ear blown off? Like what size bandage should be used for that?
And it's not like he went to Walgreens to pick it out. This is probably what the doctors gave him.
Well, they're saying that they're making it bigger to get more sympathy on purpose.
Yeah, I mean,
who cares? Even if he is.
I don't think an ear bandage is something that's just going to blend right in.
No matter what.
No matter what size and shape. So I think it's kind of cool that like people that support him and Republicans are kind of like donning an ear bandage as well. So I think that's kind of cool.
Thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Make sure to hit that like button, comment with something you learned, and make sure to subscribe to this channel. We give away more free advice on how to create wealth based on things we actually do every single day than any other channel on YouTube. Make sure to share this with a friend because our mission is to inspire you to think differently about freedom.